Hello and welcome back to the channel today. Today we're going to be doing one of my favorite lower body and hip strength flows that you can do as a warm-up for some kind of movement prep session, some workout, or you could just do it regularly to practice increasing your hip mobility, and also these can even help other areas of your body, your spine and your lower back. It's a really fun, feel-good flow. If you're new to mobility, I'm gonna give you lots of options that are gonna help this be accessible to wherever you are. With that being said, the only kind of equipment that you might want to have is a mat for comfort, because we will be putting some pressure on our knees. And then with that being said, you might want to pillow a pad or even to double up your mat, because we don't want any discomfort on our bones. So if you feel that here, it just means you need more cushion, so give yourself that. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So to get started with this one, we're gonna bring the legs nice and wide. Toes are gonna turn out a bit, and then I want you to start by placing the hands behind you. From here, you're gonna think about allowing your shoulders to relax down away from the ears, sitting up as tall as you can. If that means you need to tense your palms like I do, totally okay. But we wanna find a spot where we can have a nice open chest and the shoulders be nice and relaxed as we do this movement. From there, we're gonna find some rotation. So you're keeping that chest really, really tall, shoulders are relaxed. And then I want you to keep your butt on the ground as long as possible, keeping that pelvis still as we rotate over towards one side. Once you get to this side, you're gonna pull your legs in tight. This is where you might wanna pad under your back knee or even under your front knee. And then for first time here, I would set up with your hands on the ground. From there, you can use the ground to help you. We're gonna press up into a shin box, driving your hips forward. And then I want you to reach out your arms, slowly lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you get there, hands come immediately back behind you. And then I want you to re-widen your legs to give yourself some space. Sit tall, 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 tall. Coming over towards the other side. From here, same thing. Pull the legs in tight. As you get better, you can keep them less tight. Use your hands if you need to. Pop up, press the hips forward. You can feel stretch hips, glutes, kind of everywhere here. And then you're gonna reach the arms. Think about sending your butt back behind you for about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good, hands behind you. Re-widen your legs, sit tall, and then you're gonna take it through the other side. Do a couple with you, pulling the legs in, driving the hips up. If you want more, you can twist towards your front leg. Send the hips back, hands come immediately behind you, re-widen, sit tall. Come into the other side, press the hips up. As these get easier, you can still keep the hands behind you, but you don't need to re-widen. See if you can just take it straight over, kind of like through a deep squat stance, into the other side, pressing the hips forward, slowly lowering down. And I would suggest you stay with the hands behind you for as long as possible here. I've been working on these for a long time, but if I lose my hands, I immediately sit back, and we're losing some of the potential mobility gains we could be getting in the upper body, as well as hip flexion. So I would rather you do these with your hands behind you, re-widen if you need to. You notice how my hips start to lift off the ground. That's what will start to happen when you practice these. And if you want more, you can twist a little bit towards the front leg. Reach the arms, sitting tall, tall, tall. Coming through the other side. As you get better at these, you can start to not use the hands as much, but if that feels like you're sacrificing and leaning back, then I won't, but I will go. I'm gonna use one finger for this round, something you can try, but you can saw I lean back a little, so I probably shouldn't be doing that. Tall, 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 tall. Good, and back down. Nice, let's do one more each side together. If you can, go straight in. If you need to, rewind in your legs. I'm twisting through. Let's do this one, last side. Big twist here. Nice. If one or all of that was a little challenging, what you can do is you can stay in this position. You can keep your butt down and you can practice just keeping some swivels. I'm trying to keep my glutes on the ground while I do these. It's a great place to start. Think about sitting up tall, keeping the shoulders relaxed. If that is feeling pretty easy and you kind of want to figure out how to progress that, we can also add in some shin boxes. So you can come to this position, I call this a Z sit, one leg in, one leg out. You'll press your hips forward and then you'll lower down. If this feels like a long distance away from the floor, you can place a pad, a block underneath this back hip and use your hands if you need to. As this gets easy, even in the flow, you can bring your legs to more of an angle. So the farther they are apart, the harder it is to get up because I'm having to rotate more with my hips. But this can be a great way to open up your hips. Pressing them forward, we're getting full extension at the top. Lovely, good. And find the version that feels comfortable for you. Like you could do a couple rounds of a couple reps, work on that for a couple weeks, and watch how much it progresses. When you're doing this, you could notice your glutes, your hamstrings, even areas of your core, your low back stretching, moving, strengthening. This is kind of great for all of your lower body mobility, and we're getting lots of good posture support here by keeping that chest open. Yay! If you like this one, go ahead and hit me a subscribe for more movements like this that you can do pretty much from anywhere to make your body feel good and increase your mobility. Happy moving.